Welcome back, everybody, to the Diary Landscaper. Today we have Jad, and he's going to talk about resilient leadership under pressure and sustainable growth. For the people who are meeting you for the first time, who are you before becoming a business coach?
Yes, first of all, thank you for having me. It's really, I appreciate the opportunity. And my story, it began with I studied engineering. So my father was a general contractor, and this is where I got exposed to the construction industry. So I studied civil engineering, went to school for that, worked as an engineer a little bit after. But I've always wanted to, I'm passionate about construction, big things. It's more exciting. So I went on and did my own general contracting firm as well. So I used to do major renovations, new home builds, things of that sort. And it's interesting because the school doesn't teach you about business. They teach you the technical aspect of what you do, but it doesn't teach you the business skills that you need in order to be successful. So it's a work in progress to learn as you go. You can't be prepared for everything. Like sometimes, as much as you learn, as much as you do, you're never fully exposed or ready or have the knowledge to all of the uncertainty and all of the chaos that business provides. It's one thing to learn theory; it's another thing to understand how to build a team and understand how to find your way in the market and actually build and scale your business successfully. So in my general contracting firm, I used to as well build homes and sell them. So I did some real estate development work and I loved it, but that's very dependent on the market. As you know, it's you have some days are good, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, things go the other way. And
Yeah,
this was the case for me. Few projects that the timing was not right, and I found myself going through a very difficult situation, cash flow issues, and it was very stressful. Yeah, reflecting back on those, I was always determined to make it. I was always determined to figure out, okay, great, what does it require? What's required in entrepreneurship on this path so we can persevere despite the chaos because you never know what's hitting you. One day you're dealing with as a small business owner. One day you're dealing with the team members. The other day you're trying to firefight and solve problems with the clients. The other day it's the market. There's always something new. Being determined to figure out what it takes to actually break the code, I guess, and make it. I went on a long journey of learning business coaching, learning business systemization, learning psychology, founder psychology, neuroscience, many things like in order to understand humans. It's the
mhm.
how do we operate and the business aspect of it. And those were combined in what I do right now, which is teaching other business owners how to be resilient, showing them how they can lead themselves better and their businesses better because it all starts with leadership. It all starts with us as business owners. The way that we carry ourselves, the way that we lead ourselves and our business is the influences our business's result the most.
That's correct. Yeah, and now adding a little bit on your answer is that yeah, you say school doesn't prepare you for the entrepreneurship, but on my side, I didn't went to school a lot, so either it's a two-way road. I would say I'd be more prepared on the skill prospect, but on the system and I would say accounting all those things and the dynamics, I was lost. So I guess the story is different from your point of stand. So like in your case, you had all the knowledge and metrics from the school, but not in the field. In my case, I had all the knowledge and metrics from the field, but not from the school. So in both ways, a lot of people think, oh, it's going to school. A lot of people say, no, don't go to school, just go for it. Either way, you're gonna face challenge because you're gonna lack some information, and that's where the roller coaster starts going up or down or turning. It all depends on how you tackle and handle that roller coaster. But you get very well explained for yourself. Thank you, my friend.
100% you're right. And you can never be fully prepared to what's coming at you. So the difference between entrepreneurs and the remaining part of the population is we're comfortable with taking risks. We're comfortable with betting on ourselves. We have the courage that it takes to pursue this path to begin with, and we have the courage to understand that whatever comes at us, we will always find a way. That's the difference between the person that's defeated or the person that has the mentality of playing to win. The winner is the mentality or the defeated mentality. The winner says, it doesn't matter what happens, it doesn't matter how big the chaos is, we will find a way to persevere and make it.
That's correct, yeah. That takes for the next question. You work in engineering, contracting, and real estate development. What do those industries teach you about pressure?
Yeah, that's a good question. The problem with this specific type of business is you're dealing with, it's very heavy on personnel. So you're dealing with people all of the time, and people are, as you know, everyone has a different personality, everyone has a different style of communication, has a different style of working. So it's, you learn as you go how to deal with all of those different characters, I guess.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, I will say I keep saying this word to me. Right, there is no wrong word. It's just it's been wrong taken. So when you say something, the other party didn't understand you or took it wrong. So that's the first misunderstanding on communication. A lot of people say things thinking that the other person got you exactly how you meant it, but the other person got it totally the opposite. Yeah.
100%. And it's important to, with this process, emotional intelligence is very important because it's very critical to understand uh, how you're portraying your message and how the other person receives it in order to have proper communication so you can actually uh, have your way or get to the objective that you'd like to achieve. Back to your question, how to handle pressure. This is a very important topic, actually. Thank you for asking, because this is what makes or breaks a founder, a business owner.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you know, someone says you're working with someone, they say something, they make you upset, they make you angry. And the neuroscience part of this is what happens in our brain when someone stresses us out, is the part of the brain that's responsible for reasoning doesn't work as much. And we get into survival mode. We get into a mode where we want to fight back. We want to push back. We want to yell back, or whatever the case might be. So this ends up allowing us to take the wrong decisions, allowing us to say the wrong words, allowing us to do things that we might regret later. So it's
For
important.
sure, yeah, that will definitely harm us more than what it helps us. But in the moment, the adrenaline, the frustration, it lead us to that. Yeah, it's very. That's, I guess, yeah, that's one of the challenge part, managing that and be calm and ask and treat whoever is it or whatever situation you're dealing with a confident mind and peaceful mind. It's very hard and very disciplined task to do.
100%. And I talk about this in the book that's published called Resilient in Business. I published
Mm-hmm.
this last month. Yeah, in this book, I have a roadmap on how we can lead ourselves and our businesses better. So the first step of this roadmap is understanding how to manage stress, understanding how to regulate our nervous system, understanding when we're triggered and how to get back to ourself, our body, to calm down, to relax, because this is when we will make better decisions. This is when we will act in a way that actually helps us and does not backfire.
Thank you. That leads us to the next question. Was there a definition storm in your own journey to change how you think about leadership?
It's a good one. We're learning every day, my friend. Every day there's something new. Every day there's a different situation that allows you to do things or question what you're doing. That's the problem. Yes. So I mean, going back to working under pressure, like at the beginning of my general contracting business, I used to be very much motivated to get things done quickly because we're committed to the client. So that used to stress me out a lot when someone on our team was not acting or producing like I expected them to do. So that led us, of course, to led me to yell at people at times. It led me, it led me to places where it wasn't helping the mission. It wasn't helping, first of all, make good relationships. Second of all, get to the desired objective as I'd like it to be. So that was lesson number one: learning how to calm down, learning how to deal with people, even if they are not producing like you expect them to. But yeah, to how to lead them in a better way in order to get to where we want to be.
Yeah, thank you. There is another topic that I read on your book. It says you talk about founders operation and survival mode. What does actually look like?
It looks like it's mainly when, I mean, this journey is interesting. We're dealing with so many variables all of the time, and sometimes the market is bad, sometimes the economy is bad, sometimes the team, and sometimes the client is putting pressure. There's so many things that affect this entrepreneurial path. It's important to really have perspective on what we're dealing with, what we're actually juggling, and how to manage ourselves better in order to be successful, to rise above the chaos, to not be tied up into firefighting mode all of the time, like being tied up in operations and trying to fix client problems and trying to fix and manage problems. It's good at times, but it's not what, as a business owner, if we're serious about scaling and growing our business, that we should be involved in. So so being in survival mode is a combination of different things. It's a combination of feeling stressed, it's a combination of not running your business in a way that allows you to actually be the owner, actually rise above it, and not be tied up into the day-to-day of it. So you'd hope that we want a business that works for us and not the other way around. If you took this leap to be a business owner, you want to build something that's sustainable, something that is reliable, that produces the result for you, not something that drains your energy and gets you exhausted. So survival mode is a combination of different things, of energy, of not getting the results that you'd get, of firefighting. I meant by it when, yeah, in the book.
Yeah, very, very sure. Yeah. And that's what I said. Reading that book is like reading part of the story of my business as well. And the way I see that is, yeah, the more you try to fight it, the more you try to handle it, to not let go, the more you become in that survival mode. And then the moment you stop and let things go without frustration, without anything, you just stay calm and challenge that energy towards, as an example, answer more questions instead of arguing. Let's answer it. Don't defend your point. Make them understand that their point is not what it meant. Not to fight your point, because if you fight for your point, then you're gonna get into that arguing situation. So just listen to the other person, let explain their point, and now you tell them, look, this is the facts right here. If you want, I can take your route, but it's gonna be on you now. Me, I'm doing it this way. And once you start doing that, my friend, your business changed. It's a complete different story. It's unbelievable. I told my coworkers, my friends, my relatives, even my wife. Once I start doing that, the business change. I see more joy, more time for myself, more time for the employees, be more happier. So the whole business did a 180 degrees turn, and now it's a whole different business. So yeah, it is very, very good. So your book it defines all those things very, very well. I said one evening, and I didn't. I got so engaged on your book that I just read it the whole night until 11 or 12 midnight. But I finished the book the same day.
Did you? Okay, that's nice.
Yeah,
And what you said right now is very important because you're right. I mean, our business is the results that we get in our business are a direct reflection of our inner world. If we don't know how to manage our stress, we cannot really make the right decisions. If we don't value ourselves and don't value our service properly, we will end up undercharging our clients. There's many different things problems that we can get into if we really don't understand the loops that are holding us back from actually moving forward. If we're not managing our energy properly, we're drained. We don't have the power to actually persevere. If we don't have the right support system in place, we cannot as well do everything ourselves. Like the having a lone wolf mentality doesn't help us. So if you
Yeah,
really think about it, those are all things that we can't control. Those are all things that we decide to control, and they reflect on the results that we get.
yeah, and that's kind of part of the second question or the next question. Why do you think so many business owners become more reactive instead of intentional?
Yeah, so I mean, some people run in fear, so they're worried sometimes that if they don't take every project they get across, that they're losing on money or whatever. There's different. It's a whole set of, like, there's so many problems. That the thing, the interesting part about us humans is we're not all the same. Everyone has their own different set of problems.
Yeah, yeah,
Some people have self-worth problems, other people have money problems. They're worried that money is scarce, and they don't have this abundance mindset. So, and some people don't know how to manage their teams properly. So that's, and they want to hold on to everything. They want to micromanage everything, which basically backfires because it creates resentment with your team. You're not leading them, you're not empowering them to go ahead and help you and actually support you. You want to be over their head all of the time. So there's so many things that are involved in this, and those are all go under the umbrella of working in fear.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. There is a lot of people who lives under that fear. I've been talking to a lot of friends they're in the same industry, landscaping. They're the most common answer that I hear from those business owners is, I don't have time to take it off. And I always tell them, you have all the time to take it off. You are the head of the business. You should take the time off, not your guys. But they don't understand. No, I have to be working. I have to be busy. No, that's your belief. But if you do the opposite, you will see more results. But it's hard to believe it. You have to experience that transition. I had to do it myself. I was that, and at some point in my journey, I was that guy to answer that the same way. Now I understand. No, it's the opposite. But a lot of people misunderstand that very key component to be more less stressful and more profitable.
100%. And this goes back to the point that you mentioned, fear. They're worried that they're losing on opportunities. They're worried that the work doesn't get done. At the end of the day, it's important to take a deep breath, relax, step back a little bit, and understand how can we design our business in order for it to serve us, how to put the right systems in place, how to put the right workflows in place, and actually be a leader. Like, it's a learning process to get to that.
Now, back to the topic of the industry volatility. How does constant volatility slow or erode decision making?
Yeah, it's things are all over the place, and for us as business owners, it's important to have perspective. It's important to understand what's going on and really get position our businesses in a place where we can absorb anything that can happen. I mean, what's being resilient? Being resilient is understanding business resilience in particular, understanding what could go wrong where, and also try to prepare for it. Don't overstretch yourself. Yeah, that's the idea of it. It's trying to figure out what prepare for the future kind of thing. Prepare for the worst case scenario, I guess.
Yeah, talking about resilience. What does resilience really means beyond just talking it out?
Yeah, so resilience, especially entrepreneurial resilience. I mean, some people think about resilience in terms of it's bouncing back from a setback. You go through a situation and then you have a major setback, and they think that it's resilience is bouncing back. But resilience is not just about bouncing back. It's about building the capacity in order to, for us business owners, in order to rise above the chaos. How do you build capacity? If it comes
Mhm.
to the person, to the entrepreneur, building capacity means understanding how to manage stress, because when you do that, you can absorb more uncertainty, you can absorb more chaos, and you're more level-headed, as opposed to you're not scattered easily when things happen. If you see the patterns and loops that are holding you back, you understand where you're at and them, and you know how to escape them. So you build capacity around that as well. When you put the right support system in place, you have more capacity to enforce your business with the right network that also is working along you and helping you on this mission. When you manage your energy properly, you're not burnt out easily, and you increase your capacity as well, uh, in that area. And so yeah, that's the it's about building the capacity in different areas to be able to absorb what happens, because you want to be able to absorb the shocks so that you're not easily pulled away and you find yourself in a bad situation. So that's what resilience is. It's getting back from uncertainty, from a bad situation, and being able to having the capacity to rise above the chaos.
Great answer. Thank you. So, talking about that, why do you think some founders break under pressure while others grow stronger?
It's two things. It's not everyone has the right. It goes to the mindset and the capacity. So not everyone is in the right mindset. Some people are, they go in the business because they want to get rich quick, kind of thing, and those are the first people that drop off, because they don't know what it takes, and they don't have what it takes in order to keep going and build something meaningful. So I have friends, they're not business owners. You tell them we've spent whatever, we talk about something in marketing. Some people view an expense, a purchase as an expense. You view it as an investment. It all goes back to the mindset and your perspective around things. Sometimes something doesn't work out. You stop and you look at it and you think, okay, great, it didn't work out. Maybe something better is coming. Maybe this is a redirection, because what's meant to be for me is not here, is there. Understanding, first of all, being true to yourself, being true to why are you doing this to begin with. What's your purpose? Are you doing it because you want to build your legacy, you want a better life for your family, or what, or what's the purpose of behind it? Because this is what anchors you in being able, with the right mindset, in being able to persevere through the tough days. What was your question? I went on a tangent here.
No, no, no. You're doing good. Yeah. The question was why some founders break under pressure
Yeah,
while
exactly.
others grow stronger. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's those two things. It's having the right perspective and actually building the right, having the capacity to grow. For example, some people, we hear it all of the time. They lose everything, and then others quit and they say call it a day. They go to their corporate job. They live a miserable life because they don't want to do that. They want to be their business owner. Other people, they look at what they have. They say, we have the knowledge, we don't have the money. Great. Who can we partner with in order to keep going, in order to keep building? So this is the two different types of people. Someone that's capable and someone that's defeated. It's important to have a winning mindset. It's important to have a strong mindset and the right perspective, and keep working on ourselves. I mean, we're all, including me, a work in progress.
Yeah, that's correct. How does building resilience before the next crisis hits?
How do you do what?
How do you build resilience before the next crisis
Yeah,
hit?
building resilience is an ongoing thing. It's important for day to day. So it's not something that you do whenever a bad event happens. It's a practice that you embody, and this is what the book is about. Resilient business, again.
Mhm.
It's about showing business owners the personal operating system, how to lead themselves and how to lead their business on day to day, in order to build this capacity to keep going. And this starts by what a personal operating system is. The way that we work. Everyone has a personal operating system as it is right now by default. It's the way that they manage their energy, it's the way that they manage their time, it's what they do every day to day. But there is a difference between that and the difference and the practices that are required in order to help us to be resilient as business owners, in order to set our business, to position our business for success, and to have the position ourselves as well. So the practices are there's a framework called roots. I created it. So it starts with regulating our nervous system. That's our observing the patterns and loops that are holding us back, that are not really helping us. Where sometimes you do more, but you're it's like you're running in place. You're running on a treadmill. You're not moving forward. Why? Because you're sabotaging your. Sometimes people sabotage their success. Like they do things that are not helping them actually move forward. Identifying what those are and getting rid of them is very critical. Then
For sure.
the third part is own, is anchoring in our identity, is understanding what's our purpose, understanding where we want to be and what's required to get there. It's totally different mindset for the people that are running $10 million businesses or the people that are building $100,000 businesses. The $10 million person thinks differently and operates differently than the 100,000 a year. So if you want to get there, it's important to embody that mentality, embody that perspective, and actually think and act and behave like that person. So that's an own. Understanding own is about being true to yourself, standing in your identity, being true and having self authority. Like we're not waiting for people to tell us what to do. We're anchored. We understand what's important to us, and we act in conviction towards it. So that's own. 10 is about managing your energy. Once you do that, you you feel better, and your relationships are better, and you're managing your time better, and you're focusing on what actually moves the needle in your business. You're not wasting your time in tasks that are not helping you. You're focusing on what has the biggest impact. And then support is about building your ecosystem in place, making sure that your operations in-house is working as a well-oiled machine. It's like systemized properly. You have the right systems in place. You have the right people in place that are following, that are accountable for their work, and they don't need micromanaging. And then also at the same time, you have the right industry partners and partnerships that are helping you move the business forward. So all of those 5 elements, practices, help you increase your capacity to be more resilient as a business owner. So there's that. And then the other part of it is, okay, great. Let's step back right now and look at what in our business, where does the risk exist? What can we do in the different areas that to de-risk our business and make it more reliable? Are we in a certain place relying on one vendor? And if something happens to that vendor, they don't want to work with us, our entire operations becomes a bottleneck. That's not good. We look at that and try to address that. So understanding what's the risk in your business and working on yourself in putting the right tools in place to lead yourself and your business better.
Thank you. Great answer. So, personal operation system. I like that from your book. You talk about building a personal operation system.
Correct.
What does that mean?
Yeah, this is what I just described. It's the way that we operate in the day to day. It's the way that we lead ourselves. It's the way that we do things, basically. Yeah, this is what everyone has it. It's just the way that they're working by default. But whether that default pattern is helping us get to where we want to be or not, that's a different story.
Yeah, that's great. So how is running yourself different from running your business?
How does running yourself different from running your business? It's easier to run yourself, I guess.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, let's leave it there.
Sure, no problem. What happens when founders neglect their internal systems?
What happens is they run on a treadmill without moving forward. What happens is they find themselves addressing problems all day and not really being a business owner. They become an employee in their business. They become stranded in their business. They get to a certain plateau, a certain revenue level, and they cannot break to the next level because they don't have the capacity. They are tied to what they're doing, which does not allow them to scale your business if you're not leading it properly. That's a big takeaway here. If you want to get to the next level, if you want to make more money, if you want to scale, it's all starts with you, with how you're managing your time, how you're managing yourself. As you mentioned before, how you're managing your stress. I mean, you gave us an example on that as well. You have to work on yourself first. We are the starting point. We are everything.
Sure, and then one of the things I will add up to your answer is we need to learn to let go of things. Meaning, like, if I hire you to do something, if you do it 70% right, it's 100% right for me.
Yes.
It's gonna buy me so much time than just me trying to figure out what you're doing. So that's one of the another hard ones that we have to let go as a business owner. The belief, they let that fear of, oh, I'm the only one who can manage to do it right. No,
Exactly.
let the other people do it right. It's 50%, 100% good for them. It's 100% to us as a business owner. And many people don't understand that part.
You're right, and sometimes it's the ego plays a part of it. Sometimes the owner feels that, oh, I know everything, I'm the best, things of that sort. Okay, great, good for you, congratulations, buddy. But is this helping you move forward or not? And the answer is,
Yeah,
of course not.
thank you. In high stake environment, what separates calm leaders from emotional ones?
Calm leaders, they say, are the strongest, and they win. I guess they are the strongest in the room. They can make better decisions. Back to our first point, they can make better decisions. They're level-headed more. They can look at the situation objectively and know what to do. Tap into their intuition rather than just reacting to what's happening.
Yeah, calm is the greatest power of business ownership. If you just go, you put your emotions on the business, man. I will say this all the time: money doesn't have emotions. If you put emotion on it, you're dragging yourself down
True.
to the bottom of the hole.
Exactly.
Yeah. How do you make clear decisions when everything feels uncertain?
Yeah, that's a very good question. The first thing is to take a deep breath, to relax. This is the nature of our game, of what we're doing. Uncertainty is existing every day, and some days will be good, some days will be, of course, will be bad, let's say. And the most important thing here is to calm down, take a deep breath, have the right mindset, the right perspective around it, and then ask for help. It's not weakness to ask for help. If you want to succeed, it's important to reach out to people, to put your ego aside and see what people think and say. Talk to your coaches, talk to your consultants, talk to your partners, gather all of this information and keep it. Don't talk to someone that cannot help you. Don't talk to someone that doesn't have any perspective, because that just, it's a waste of time. It's important to only reach out to who has something meaningful to tell you, and take that input and go on a walk. Go on a walk, take a deep breath, process what's happening. The idea of gathering information is not to to, to actually uh, do what someone else tells you per se. To weigh it in yourself. Gather information, weigh it in yourself. Go on a break. Go for a short walk. It allows you to process things and allows you to make a decision based on what's true to you and what you feel your intuition is. Because sometimes everyone has an opinion. Sometimes people say different things. But at the end of the day, as a business owner, if you don't follow your intuition is everything. You will not get the results that you're getting. And what I say in the book to that as well is try to have perspective in the sense that where do you want to be in the future? What's the version of you what does the version of you in the future looks like? How does he or she think, and how do they would they approach the situation? Sometimes you will find that the person that you envision yourself to be as more successful or whatever approaches things in a different way than you are right now. When you're tied up in the day-to-day scenario of the problem, you want a quick fix, you want something that's short term or whatever to get out of it. But stepping back and gaining that perspective allows you to see the bigger picture, because our problems are big right now, but in the future they're really small. It's important to play this long-term game. So all of those, gathering information, going for a walk, or whatever, taking a break, meditating, I guess, and trying to understand what's true to you. So this is a practice that allows me and allows anyone to actually make decisions and navigate this chaos based on what is true to them.
That's a very great answer. Couple things I will say: keep it always true, like you said. True is a very important thing. Don't make your point because you want to be that way. Stick to the truth, even though it hurts you. Stick to that. And the other one that you name it a little, not a little, but you name it on the book as well, is meditation. You can be meditating. You can find most of the answer because we all have that chakra, the spirit, whoever you want to call it, inside. They guide us through the real meaning, but sometimes we don't take the time to meditate to engage with that power, and we just ignore it and keep running like a chicken without a head. So meditation is a big part. Like you said, you can go to a walk or you can just stay quiet in your room, meditating, and that will clear your mind and you will have most of the answers, but also help. Like you said, asking for help is not weakness. It's being strong. It's being empowering yourself to becoming successful.
100%. And it goes, as you said, the intuition is very important. It doesn't matter what someone else says because you are the one getting the results. If you do something that's against what you truly believe in, you're not going to be in a good place.
Thank you. What habits protect clarity during a stressful season? I think that one you answered already, right? Why does grow often increase stress instead of freedom?
Because people, the thing with business is, yeah, because sometimes people do not have the skills of growing or knowing how to grow their businesses sustainably. It's like the chicken or the egg. Do you build capacity or do you go and chase leads? Chasing leads is important in the first stages because you want to work, you want to have a business, and it's always important. But more important than chasing leads is building the capacity to handle those leads, because more leads that you cannot serve is sometimes taking on more than you can handle. It doesn't help you. Yeah, so
Yeah,
and the building capacity in different areas, understanding where you need to focus is the first step for sustainable success, sustainable growth.
yeah. Thank you. Very good answer. The way I simplify that one is from a phrase in another book that I read. It says, "Don't hire to grow your business, hire to buy back your time." So that's a more simple way of what you're explaining. If you don't buy back your time, you're just gonna be hiring, and that's why the stress come in because you don't have no freedom now because you don't want to buy back your time. You just want to grow, and potentially you're just stressing yourself. How can business owners scale without losing themselves?
Yeah, it's all circles back to building capacity. Building capacity, first of all, working on ourselves, on those 5 elements that increase our entrepreneurial resilience. The secret to scaling, to answer your question, is reading Resilient in Business.
Yes, for sure, helps a lot. It clears your mind. I mean, you explain it. I mean, I've been reading a lot of books about running business and successful business, like the 10x book. That one, the author start by telling the story of the success, not the behind the
Right.
scenes. What I like from your book, you start from the behind the scenes, the struggle, the stress, how you become the phoenix. You become the phoenix by regrowing or rebirth again, and that's what I like from your book because most of the entrepreneur successful business out there, they just talk about how they did to create that wealth or to create that success, but they don't mention the struggle. And all business pass to the struggle. I mean, there is no shortcut. There is nothing that happen from nothing. I guess they're afraid to tell. I don't know, to be judged or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. It becomes not relatable. Like you look at all of those gurus right now, and it's like, okay, great, good for you, buddy. But it's you don't see yourself because yeah, they look way too smart.
So yeah, what is the earliest warning signs of burnouts the most founders ignore?
Yeah, there's many reasons for burnout. I mean, maybe the simplest is your family members. They tell you can tell you perhaps you're too tired, you're not spending time with them, and you also sometimes you lose interest in what you're doing. You get bored and you get not motivated in what you're doing. That's a sign for burnout. Sometimes when people don't see results, it can be close to getting depression. you know, because they do everything. They keep running, trying to do whatever everyone else is telling them to do, but they don't see the results that they expect. And the problem with that is that their problem is not this new strategy. The problem, they have different problems. They have limiting beliefs that are holding them back. They have it could be personal to everyone. So that's the thing. It's important to have perspective on our personal, on ourselves and our case, and working from there. But burnout could be low. You're low in energy. You're not motivated.
Yeah, and then I just again just to add up, and your great answer is personal beliefs. When you put that in front of everything, you're dragging yourself down as well. That's again that's why they create this podcast and read your book, and I keep reading books like that to understand that human behavior.
Yes.
And you'll be surprised how many people there is just stay in a plateau on a hole, I call it that way, because of their beliefs. They believe the imposter syndrome, or they believe they're not good enough, or whatever belief they have, or they believe that it's not the right moment. And I always tell that there's never gonna be the right moment. You just go for it and start learning from whatever trip or fall you have, and move on.
Apollo, I call that a mental prison. People put themselves in a mental prison that's invisible. They don't see. They think that this is not possible for them, so they don't.
Yeah,
So they're scared of attempting it.
it's a good name that you put there. I call it a hole. I told my coworkers, my employees, we're all in a hole, and we have the power to climb out, but we're afraid to climb out because we don't know what is outside of the hole, and comfort in the hole is better than we stay here comfort, even though we're juggling and struggling. Yeah, so I got different definition, but it's the same thing. Like you say, it's a mental pressure. Next question: you work in contracting. What unique pressures do that trades construction face for?
Yeah, it's an interesting general contracting and real estate development is an interesting business in the sense that there's so many variables, way more than any other business. First of all, you're creating a new product in a new environment every single time. So you're dealing with the current situations on site that vary. You're dealing with the government. You're dealing with your local government for permits, things of that sort. You're dealing with the Ministry of Labor for the rules and safety and all of this kind of stuff. And then dealing with your people, your trades that are different personalities. You're dealing with designers and architects as well, and then the owner, and then the vendors. There are so many competing demands. In COVID, for example, it was very difficult to get material.
It was backed up.
Exactly. You put orders, long lead times, things like that, and the prices basically on some items more than doubled. So you budget for something and then something else happens. So it's an environment that's ever evolving, ever changing. Sometimes you plan and prepare, but you cannot. Not everything is truly in your hand. You do your best to your abilities, but it's this is the uniqueness, I'd say, of general contracting and real estate development. And then in real estate development, the market is the next part. You do a project, and that's what happened with me. You buy land and you run the numbers. They look very promising. By the time that you're doing your project, you're ending your project, those numbers don't make sense anymore. So what do you do? It's that's the
Yeah. That's the hard reality. Sometimes we're afraid to face, but it's a learning process.
exactly. So all of those variables it goes back to perspective. Why is perspective
Mhm.
important? Because to maintain your sanity. Because if you don't have the right mindset doing this, you go crazy. Like that's what you want to have.
Yeah, that's for sure. So that I see this here in my area, San Francisco Bay Area, big time. But I gonna ask you the question: why do contractors often stay stuck in operation mode? I see it here. I see a lot of contractors in operation mode, not in a business successful or whatever. They just operate because they think they have to operate and keep working without. So why do you think?
Yes, sometimes they don't know, because the simple question is they don't know a better way. And it goes back to mindset, it goes back to fear of losing control, it goes back to it's a combination of those two things. So they don't know how to rise above their business, they don't know how to put the right structure in their business in place in terms of systems and processes. They don't know how to develop the talent and actually build good relationships with your team members. Your employees, they're not they're your partners basically, because
Yeah.
you want to make sure that you develop them and you show them that you care about them. Like for me, people loved working with me because I treat people, I do the simple thing, I treat people like human. And you'd be surprised, you'd be surprised by how that's rare, you know. It's
Oh yeah. No, I'm not surprised at all. I mean, here in the area, many people have been treating worse than animal. I don't want to say about that way it's so bad, but it's the reality. I mean, there is people, believe it or not, here in California, where there's so many laws, especially in labor laws, there's still people who sell themselves to make the living going by
yeah,
daily pay, not hourly, like the state demand, like the government. No, by day, meaning if they don't finish the task in 8 hours, they have to stay as long as they finish. There is still people putting themselves in that position on today's market, and that's unbelievable. And that's why I started this podcast, especially Latinos. Man, Latinos sell themselves for the day of work. They don't care if it's 8 hours, 12 hours. They say, "Oh, I want to make 200 a day," but they're exploiting you because you're working every day more than 8 hours, and they're fine with that. How can you be fine? And then I guess a lot is believe in yourself, love yourself. I don't know how to explain it, and that's why I create this podcast to be aware of all those things.
yeah, it's a very good thing that you're doing, my friend. And I'm seeing the people that you're interviewing, it's important for your audience to be subject to new ideas, because it gives them a perspective of how things should be and what's possible. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And what you said something, love yourself. Absolutely. Value yourself, because no one else will. And that's the problem. Yeah.
yeah. Once you start treating your employees like the way you're saying, they feel loved, they feel human. Your business changes as well. Yeah. Big time, big time, and especially Latino. I give them a hug every morning. I give them a hug. The first time I did that, all their bones in their body crushed, or it was like a potato chip. I was crushing a potato chip because they didn't feel that before for no one, and their boss or their whatever you want to call me, doing them for them every morning. They said like, wait a minute, this guy is hugging me. Not even my brother, my mom did it, and now this stranger is doing it. So the whole body goes. It's amazing how hearing that, man, it changed my life as well, because I see a lot of people lacking of self love. But yeah,
Exactly. And like, here's the thing with me personally, building those good relationships with my trades, it saved me financially, because when I was in a very difficult cash flow situation, those good relationships is what allowed me to get out of it. That's how powerful the relationships are.
yes. So next question is about mindset shift as well. What mindset shift help builders become strategic leaders?
Yeah, seeing yourself as a leader, like sometimes people they want to be in a certain place, but they don't see themselves in a certain place, and you see this among newer business owners, newer entrepreneurs. Like they say they want to be entrepreneurs, but in their mind is still stuck to their job, their self perception is not there yet. It's still catching up.
Mhm.
So those people, they it doesn't take them long until something, an inconvenience happens that pushes them back to go work for someone else, because they don't have the right mindset, the right perspective, the right self concept of them, that okay, now you're a business owner, you're a business leader, and take it seriously, take your work seriously, and actually run it as a business in a way that allows you to build something meaningful, basically to be true to yourself and succeed.
So how much of founders stress? How much does founders stress is tied to ego or identity?
How much? I'm sorry. How much? What?
How much of a founder's stress is tied to
Yeah.
their ego or identity?
The problem with ego or identity is this. Sometimes people put goals based on ego. So they say, "Oh, we want to be here and there. We want to achieve this thing." Sometimes you see it in real estate investors. They say, "Oh, we want to buy 100 homes. We want to get to 100, 200 doors." What's the backing of this? It's good to be ambitious. You have to. It's important to build your legacy and things like that. But when your goal is tied to service, you tend more to do the right things. When the goal that you're setting is tied to your ego, you take decisions that just to get there. You don't sit back and think objectively about those decisions that you're making. So people end up uh, making wrong decisions because their goals are based on ego. It doesn't serve you. It's important to it's important to achieve. It's important to have big goals, and we all are doing that. But is this goal based on service, or is it based on just you feeling having a big ego?
Yes. And what is the dangers of tying yourself worth to business performance?
Tying self-worth to business performance.
Mm-hmm.
If someone doesn't have self-worth, good luck succeeding. That's the thing. That's the reality.
Yeah.
If you don't value what you're doing, if you don't really value yourself and the service that you're providing, your client will not value it, and in turn it reflects on the money that you're going to make, and it doesn't end up well.
Great answer. Thank you. How can founders separate who they are from what they do?
Who they are from what they do. It's maybe you're talking in terms of what managing their time. Is this your the question?
Mm-hmm.
It's I mean, for us, it's important. About integration is a big deal of it. In terms of identity, if you want to look at identity, I mean, what you do is what you are, kind of thing. That's an identity perspective to it. But in terms of time, it's important to, at the beginning of the year, try to schedule your time in a way where you book the time with your family, you book the time with your ahead of time, so your work comes around your family. You have the right time to spend with your family. Things like that. To value those other activities and actually scheduling them, making sure that they're in schedule helps.
Yeah. So in your book, you mentioned these two. How can someone move from reactive fighting to internal leadership?
Yeah, through going through all of those, the framework, through following the business resilient and business operating system. This is making sure that you follow those 5 key practices, which is regulating your nervous system, observing the loops that are holding you back, owning and sticking to your identity, and then putting the right support structure in place, and managing your energy effectively. All of those 5 key practices are essential to be able to do that.
And also, what will be the first step towards building a stronger personal operation system?
The first step is reading the book. The second step is applying what the book says. It's one thing to have information, but it's a totally different story to implement this information. Knowing doesn't get you anywhere. It's important to practice. It's important to actually understand when you're stressed and then regulate. It's important to have some self-awareness. It's all about the human, as you said. You're studying, you're doing the right thing. It's crazy how much psychology is important. It's important. Self-awareness is important. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, in your book you mentioned that. Yeah, you went through your friends or some business owner that you give them the roadmap, but they didn't follow. So you went back to check on them, and they were still at the same position because you said the right thing. If you can read and take as many information as you can accumulate, but if you don't put it in practice, then it's pointless. You're not doing
100%, exactly.
What beliefs about success do you have to learn?
It's an interesting question. I mean, it's personal to everyone, but at the end of the day,
Yes.
it goes back to how determined are you to be successful. Sometimes people say they want to be successful, but they're not determined. They're not actually doing the right things to be successful. So
Yeah.
they're in this delusion. They think they want to be somewhere, but they're not actually pulling the plug and doing what's necessary to to do that. Yeah, it comes back to desire, how much you really want it, and to be true to yourself. Audit what you're doing, question what you're doing. Is it helping?
Yeah.
If you want to know what you're doing is helping you or not, look at your reality. Look at the results that you're getting right now. The results that you're getting right now are a reflection of whether your existing personal operating system is working or not. That's the simple truth. The way that you're leading
Yeah.
yourself and your business, is it effective? Are you making the money that you're making or not? If you're not making the money that you're making, call me. You have a problem.
What mistake taught you the most about resilience?
What mistake did what?
Taught you the most about resilience?
Taught me the most? That's a very good question. Interesting question. Yeah, we're learning every day. What's in this book is all what I've learned as I went. Like, this is all. My background is engineering. I think in systems and processes. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I went through a major setback. So I stopped and reflected what happened, what was going on, what helped me, and what did not help me. And then I put that into a process in order to enable others and empower others. So we're always learning, everyone, including me. For me, my desire to from all of this is I hate working for other people. That's the thing. My personality, man, my personality is not of an employee. I never fit into any of this environment. I'm a free person. I'm more, I see opportunity and I want to be able to do whatever I want, whenever I want. I want freedom in all of its forms. Freedom comes in three forms. It comes in financial freedom, it comes in time freedom, it comes in what we talked about before, mental freedom. So that's because
Yeah.
sometimes, and this is interesting because I look at other people on social media that they post and they show up freely, and you look at them and you say, good for them, man. They don't care what anyone else thinks. They go and they put their thoughts out there, and they're showing up with their entire personality. Those people are, when you don't care about anyone, you do what's true to you. You're mentally free. Good for you. So
Mm-hmm.
those are the things that motivated me to try to dig into what's required to succeed and actually embody that and work on it.
Thank you. What does sustainable leadership look like to you today?
Sustainable leadership, it's having the energy, having it's running your business in a way that works for you. I don't want to be an employee in my business. I want my business to serve me. I want to have the investor mentality. I want to invest money, invest and be able to see a return. And it's a difference between being a solopreneur, being a one-off person, and being an investor. If you're an investor, you have leverage, you have more freedom. So that's for me. This is success is different, has different definitions to different people. Some people are. It's whatever makes people happy. Basically, that's let's put it that way. Some people are happy in
Yeah.
a certain position, certain job. Good for them. This is the objective, to be happy. For me, happiness and success means doing whatever I want, whenever I want, putting the right success as business leadership is putting the right, being in the right business that will actually provide the return that I'm looking for, not spinning our wheels without seeing the return, and putting the right systems and processes in place in order for this business to be reliable, and then leading it as a business owner because this is yeah, it's important.
Definitely. One leadership habit every founder needs.
The leadership habit is self-mastery. This all comes to self-mastery, understanding yourself, understanding what's important to you, what's true to you, and sticking to that. Basically, having conviction and not listening to others, setting boundaries, and yeah, understanding yourself, having self-awareness, This is the starting point: self-awareness and implementing, actually working on yourself.
One thing founders overcomplicated.
Yeah, I mean, things are all over the place, you can say. Sometimes people think out of fear that they keep jumping between one strategy to the next without fully seeing the results of what they're doing before, which doesn't help. So it's things are all over the place. But taking a deep breath, relaxing, believing that things are going to work, not operating in fear. You asked me a question about fear before. It's very important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and trusting in yourself. Trust is very important.
Definitely. One mindset shift, they can change everything.
Something that solves all of the problems. Eh?
All of the problem. The magic one.
Exactly. That you can make it. Let's put it that way. That you have what it takes. That you're capable of making it. And the only thing is, you have to understand and have perspective of what you need to focus on. Success in business, I simplify it to two things, which it is the courage to be in business, and the second thing is to do the right things for a long period of time. So to focus on the right things for a long period of time. But how can you stick it this long period of time? Is by being resilient. Being resilient is what will allow you to do the right things for a long period of time. Because as we started saying, our external environment keeps changing. So many things are out of our control. One day it's tariffs, the other day it's the economy, the other day it's whatever. Different vendors have problems, the team has problems. So there's issues and problems every single day. Resilience is the key for everything. Finding what works and being resilient and trusting that things will work out. Eventually they will.
Hey, if a founder listening and is feeling overwhelmed and on edge, what would you tell them?
Yeah, that's another good question. Take a deep breath, take it easy, relax. So uh, reflecting on my journey, when I started, I used to run around like an idiot from one job site to another. Because we're
I think we all experienced that at the beginning.
exactly, so we're consumed in the day to day, and we were determined to move things forward, but we're not working in a way that serves us. So yeah, so if you're overwhelmed, if you're tired, it's important to take a break. It's important to understand that putting in more hours is not what will save you. What will save you is relaxing, taking a break, and then coming back to yourself, to your intuition, to tapping into that. And this will allow you to understand what's the right next step that you should be taking to move your business forward. So taking a break is, you think putting in more hours helps you. It doesn't. Taking a break is what allows you to be productive in many cases.
Yeah, you mentioned in your book, yeah, don't wait for those vacations, take it, and you will become a new person and you will see your business differently. Yeah, but a lot of people postpone that. Oh, there is no time. There is no. Again, we put all those fake barriers in front of us because they don't exist. We just put it in front of us just to make us believe that we're managing our business, but the business is managing us.
100%. Yes.
Where can people find your book, Resilient in Business, or learn more about your work?
Yeah, it's available on Amazon, and also my website is resilientinbusiness.com. People can reach out on LinkedIn as well. I'm happy to connect with people and help. So through LinkedIn, they can Google, they can find my name, Jad Atwe, or they can find the book, Resilient in Business. It's available on Amazon. The website is www.resilientinbusiness.com.
Yeah, everybody go buy that book. It's very well documented,
Thank,
good information, and you won't regret the time that you spent reading it.
thank you, Apollo. Thank you. I'm
You're welcome.
I'm really happy when I see, like, people tell me that it's binge worthy, so they read it and they can't stop for some reason. But I'm happy that, thank you for reading it. Thank you for having me here.
No, thank you for the copy. And final question: what does resilient business owner look like in 2026?
It's a good question. So first of all, what does a resilient business owner look like in 2026? It's important to, first of all, let's work on self mastery. Build the capacity for yourself in those 5 areas that we talk about. build your personal operating system in order to be able to show up for your business, leading it, working on it, not in it. So master those parts. And the second part, I think, is there's two things. Focus on social media and AI, because if you're not doing that, it's like your business doesn't exist these days.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Technology is one key part, and it's been studied. It improved so many times. The business, even though they're successful and they don't jump into the new trend, they're will gonna be left behind or go to bankruptcy or close down because yeah, the world is moving that way. And if you don't catch the boat early, you might be left in a big jump behind.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, we use all those things. I mean, I've been working on that, learning a lot of AI, how to implement it, and I've been implementing it myself on business. And yeah, it does buy you lots of time, a lot of freedom because you can put that thing to work for you while you sleep or while you're cooking.
100%, exactly.
Well, thank you for your time, Jad. It was a pleasure having you. Great book again. Don't regret reading it. Opposite, I love it, and I'll be sharing it all over the place and encourage people to read it. Because again, I like that you start with the wars and how you become the phoenix, the reborn.
Apollo,
Okay.
thank you for the opportunity to be here, and thank you for this podcast. It's a human as well, and that's why it resonated. Thank you for doing this. Like, not everyone really takes it on themselves to say, "I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to share something." It takes a lot of time. I know what you're doing. It takes a lot of time and commitment, and being a genuine person to be on to do what you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you.